We only had a few days left in Florida, but we still had family to see and several different places to visit. Because of unexpected changes with Randy's work, we ended up in Miami for one night together at Tinez Farms, a harvest host. We were there just as they were switching over from their Halloween, Thanksgiving decorations to Christmas, and there wasn't a lot going on, but they were super friendly. We ate some delicious tamales, and I bought some guava jelly. We are parked, chickens, roosters. We're parked right here. It's very nice, and the girls are actually behaving. I thought they would go insane if there was poultry so close by, and they're interested, but they're being good. Turkey, Maggie is watching Turkey Vision this morning because they are just coming right up to the camper. How appropriate for Thanksgiving.
So this is a crazy place. It's obviously a farm. There's some bananas with bananas on the tree. And there's just poultry everywhere. There's a couple of turkeys that have been walking around outside, causing Maggie to go bananas. It's just poultry as far as the eye can see. Big rooster in there. Pepper wants to go see the turkeys.
So even though I'd driven all the way over to Miami to pick Randy up, we realized he was going to need to take the Brightline train from Miami to Orlando because he had to work all day.
Okay, just a quick ride to the historic Overton stop, 9 stops, and now I've just got to go find the Brightline. No tolls today, though. All the toll gates are just open. Guess it's my lucky day. And that was very easy to find. Here I am at the Brightline station. And there's some coffee. Super sleek. Wow, so once you've scanned your ticket, there's a Brightline lounge area. Pretty nice.
His ticket was $120 one way, and before I made the drive myself that day on the turnpike, I thought that was a lot to spend. After doing the drive, I think it was a bargain.
Alright, just filming the restroom. It's pretty slick. Everything's very modern. That's how you open the door.
A great thing for us is that the Brightline train station in Orlando is at the airport. Corinna had flown down a few hours before she flew from Atlanta to Orlando and met Randy at the airport. Meanwhile, I was making the very unpleasant and boring drive on the turnpike. Randy and Corinna got an Uber and met me in a parking lot at a Walmart.
Is it hard to see all these Disney World signs?
Lake Griffin State Park. Yes. We're going to come out to the Bamboo Bistro.
Near the villages.
Near the villages for dinner. We camped that night near Leesburg and near the villages at a beautiful state park. It's kind of small, just over 600 acres, Lake Griffin State Park.
That's this way.
I'm not a big fan of the villages, but we still have family in this part of Florida. I still think of this as it should be very country, and instead it's very suburban. But Lake Griffin has preserved the old Florida feel.
The second largest live oak, yes, in the state of Florida.
There are only about 2 miles of hiking trails at Lake Griffin State Park, so it's not a place where you're going to take a lot of big hikes. And you can hear the traffic noise because it is right on a main highway, which makes it convenient, if not quiet, right by the road. You know, I understand why they don't let people climb in it, and yet, boy, isn't that just a shame, because wouldn't that be fun? So there's not a lot to explore on land, but there is a lot to explore on the water. Lake Griffin is part of the Ocklawaha chain of lakes, and so you can paddle for hours. We rented a couple of kayaks because we only had 2 paddle boards with us, and frankly, I didn't really want to paddleboard in a lake I thought would be full of alligators, although I only saw one. So we had a wonderful afternoon out on the water.
The flowers bloom in springtime, the leaves fly in the fall, but we have one another through the changes of them all. These unspoken.
They also have boat tours if you don't want to do your own paddling. I was trying to get Corinna's reaction to this large dead spider, but she ran away.
It is dead.
Ink on the tree. So we're headed down to the water. Randy's going to paddleboard a little bit this morning, and he promises not to get eaten by alligators.
I did want to, but maybe promise not to get eaten by alligator. What is that? Where's that old inn with spring-cooled?
Oh, up in the Panhandle. The name we're trying to remember was Wakulla Springs, which is a state park up near Tallahassee that has an historic inn cooled by the spring water. It's kind of an early air conditioning system that's pretty cool to experience. Day to go than we went yesterday. Where? I can't believe I missed.
By the kayak launch sign.
Oh, right there. I believe that might be a limpkin. I am an unreliable photographer. I was supposed to be catching Randy getting started on the paddleboard, but I got distracted by a bird. I do see how people fall off cliffs if they're filming.
What's that?
I see how people fall off cliffs.
Oh, well,
I had to tell myself, stop, look down, see where the end of the duck is first. You know, don't just walk out there while you're watching him.
Okay.
Have fun. Hope you don't see manatees. No, that's not true. I hope you see manatees. I'll just be jealous.
Oh, it's pretty. So quiet and peaceful out here.
Honestly, we chose Lake Griffin solely because it was convenient for us and the family we wanted to visit. But after having stayed there, I would absolutely go back again. It's not a place I'd spend a week, but for a couple days just to relax, it was perfect. I wish I had a picnic lunch planned so we could come and have a picnic here. There's a sign about those lichens you were asking about. The nature trail is short, but there are some interesting signs about the plants that you see everywhere in these kind of hammock woods in Florida. We didn't have much on our land. We had a little bit, but not a lot. It wasn't done. So that was it. After Randy's paddle and our walk in the woods, it was time to find a dog park, and we found a great one in Mount Dora.
Found this great dog park in Mount Dora. It's huge, and there's no one else here, so Hank actually gets to run around.
Bear in mind that Hank is 16 when this was filmed, and Pepper was less than a year old.
Oh my goodness, Hank's trying to hang in. He's gonna be sore. All right, we found a place to park. I tucked it away in a corner. Hopefully no one will mind. And now we're gonna go have lunch in Mount Dora. Yep. And for once, Hank is chilled. He's not being a poohead. So let's hope that our luck holds.
By the way, Corinna was having fun. She just really hates to be on camera. After lunch, we drove to Favor Dykes, where we were going to spend a few days just outside of St. Augustine. Quintessential Florida roadside stand.
All right, we are in our site at, forgot what this one was. Favor Dykes. Let's go, let's check it out. Favor Dykes State Park, outside of St. Augustine. It's a sandy site, but nice and wooded, so pretty happy with it.
We got not happy with the sand pretty quickly, but we were close to St. Augustine, which is a great place to be. We met family for dinner. Are they here yet?
I think they're at the bar.
The next day, Corinne and I started by taking the dogs to a dog beach, just for a little stop. And then we spent the day in St. Augustine. We love St. Augustine. It's very historical and interesting, but it's very much an old-fashioned Florida tourist destination as well. Oh, that's interesting. The Old Spanish Trail 0 milestone. St. Augustine to San Diego, California. I have no knowledge of this. I looked it up later. It had nothing to do with Spanish explorers. It was an early 20th century, let's encourage people to take road trips marketing effort. Similarly, there are no Huguenots buried in the Huguenot Cemetery, although it is a Protestant cemetery from the 19th century. You can see a lot of authentic Florida history in St. Augustine, but frankly, that's not why we were there that day. We were there to browse around the shops and to eat lunch. I wonder, and is there a difference with tabby? What is that tabby? The Spanish bakery for lunch, and you got bocadillo and your bear earrings that we brought not at the Spanish bakery. And I have a chicken empanada. We spent a little while south of the main square, and that side of St. Augustine is quieter. There are some galleries, some historic homes. We went back again that night with Randy for dinner and to walk around and see the Christmas lights. St. Augustine does a great Christmas light display. We actually have been there almost every year, probably for the last 15 anyway. We have even ridden the Christmas Carol tram at least once. but we skipped it this time. Instead, we went out for some really good food at the Forgotten Tonic. St. Augustine has a surprisingly good selection of restaurants. Now, there are the regular tourist places too, but some of the best food I've had in Florida has been in St. Augustine and Tampa and Miami. It was fun. They'd really done everything up for Christmas, and they had special Christmas cocktails. This trip started out with me feeling like I was going to miss having a big Thanksgiving. But instead of having one big Thanksgiving, we had 7 different meals with family while we were in Florida. So it was like having lots of little Thanksgivings and seeing many beautiful places too. Although our actual Thanksgiving day was just the 6 of us, 3 people and 3 dogs, at a hip camp in South Carolina. That's a different video. Our trip home to Florida was over.